So recently, there's been a really cool opportunity, and I've just joined a new startup as a co-founder and CEO called Moments AI. Moments AI helps busy founders and operators keep in touch with their existing network and make sure that they're always on top of their relationships in a increasingly digital world. It's now harder than ever to keep all of your relationships at the top of your mind while you're also trying to advance your career and make money. And to be able to help these people, we've developed a software that uses AI to basically improve your ability to stay on top of your existing network, to make sure that you're not dropping those important relationships in pursuit of success. The reason I'm telling you this is because we're launching this software on the 2nd of April. And I think now is the perfect opportunity for me to start building a bit of my personal brand. And now, before I go all into this existing opportunity, I want to just bring you back a couple years to tell you about how I got here. So, from age 13 to 23, I actually lived in Australia. And the couple years before I left Australia, I was studying neuroscience at the University of Western Australia. And learning about neuroscience really taught me about what actually goes on in here. And if you're able to learn about how your brain works, you're actually able to make positive changes in your own life to help you get to your goals. And so, with this knowledge in mind, I really wanted to start building my career. And I was looking at neuroscience, and I was looking at the normal pathways that exist in neuroscience, which is studying medicine to keep going and becoming a doctor. You can either go and work for a private clinic where you basically become an employee of a doctor who's now started a private clinic, and you sort of become their assistant, or you can go into a lab and you can go and do research, which is very long hours and not a lot of pay. And since I was living away from home and everything was very expensive, that's when I really started looking into entrepreneurship as a real pathway that I was considering. And especially after watching Alex Hormozy's content, I sort of understood that you don't have to be a genius to start a business. And I really believe that I have what it takes to do this. So that was 2 years ago, and that was 2 years ago, and I'm still not making much money at all. So it's been a very rough journey, to say the least, and there's a lot of work and upfront work without getting the rewards or the gratification straight away. But what happened after my neuroscience degree is I realized that if I wanted to become an entrepreneur, I would have had to learn how to either sell or how to market. Those were the two sort of skills that I really wanted to learn, that a lot of really successful entrepreneurs have sort of started with. They either start with sales or they start with marketing. And so I was actually looking for a sales job when I did a bunch of posts online, and I had someone reach out to me who used to be my old soccer coach. And he actually asked me if I wanted to join his startup, which was a digital marketing agency. We ran paid ads for all kinds of service based businesses. And I was able to join him as the second staff member in this company. So within the first week, I suddenly had like 8 clients that I was looking after. Never run ads in my life, had no idea how marketing worked. I just consumed a lot of content from Alex Hormozy, so I did have some idea of business. I had read his books and $100 million offers, $100 million leads, which I have sitting on my desk right here. Those were really key staples and key educational content that I needed to have the confidence to go and pursue this. I worked with the marketing agency. We saw some really good results, and after about 4 months, there wasn't enough money coming in, so he basically let me go. And at this time, I had learned a lot about running paid ads, and I'd seen service-based businesses running our ads, even the ads that I made that were suddenly winning and providing a lot of revenue for them. So with this newfound confidence that I could run ads, I started my own e-commerce brand. And this was actually January till April 2025. That's when I started my e-commerce brand. I was able to find a winning product, and within the first 4 months, I had already accumulated 1,800 customers, doing about 90,000 AUD in revenue, but the profit margins were very low. So it was about 20% profit margins, probably only kept 15 to 20K. And since I was living at home, a lot of that money went into expenses. So there really wasn't much money left over at the end. Um, and this basically caused me to consider looking for a new opportunity vehicle where I could sell something that was a bit more expensive. Because currently I was selling $30 products and the average order value was about 48 bucks. And that obviously requires a lot of sales, like 20 sales at 50 bucks to get to 1,000, compared to if you sold $1,000 product, then you only need to get one sale to get to the same amount of revenue. And I know it makes sense, but um, in terms of how much many customers you need to get into in a low AOV business, you just constantly have to get more business compared to a sort of high ticket retainer. It's harder to sell, but once you really have that product, you end up building this fly machine or this flywheel of people paying you. So long story short, I actually decided to move country. So I moved to the Netherlands, which was in May 2025. And at this time, I shut off everything. I cut off all my e commerce subscriptions. I closed down the brand. And I basically gave myself no option but to find new work and find new opportunities. And my plan was to partner with existing service based businesses and that were selling a high ticket service and basically tell them, don't pay me anything. I go and find you clients with my own money. And if I'm able to provide you a client, I would like 50% of the profit for that client. So I'd spend my own money on ad spend, on setting all of it up, all the funnels and everything. And then once I find a client, they pay me 50% of the profit that they make from that client. Now, I was doing this for a couple different businesses at this time, and there was definitely some challenges I found along the way where some businesses I was able to find a lot more leads and a lot more success than for others. And at the same time, I met a guy called Vipin who is building a platform where you could build AI agents without knowing any code. And so this was a very key thing because I was focused on trying to learn new skills. And I thought this AI is going to take over a lot of the jobs that we have in the future. And I really wasn't involved much in AI. So I started talking to him a lot and I started actually building my own agents on his platform. And I actually accumulated more than 10,000 runs of different agents on his platform in 6 or 7 months. So that was from July, August until about January, February 2026, where I was building all these agents, trying to sell these agents, working with some businesses to provide them with AI agents to help them solve pain points in their business. I was able to sell some of these agents, but it was very inconsistent and it was sort of freelance work. I was selling to the European market, which also wasn't very keen on AI yet. I think in 2026 this might be slightly different, but that's obviously no excuse. I lack the skills of really building a business that could sell these agents to a specific industry or a specific market. Now, with all the background out of the way, recently my uncle, or he's actually an extended second uncle, he was one of the partners I had when I was running. Um, uh, I was helping him as a growth partner, so I was helping him run ads for his one of his existing businesses called Green PT. He approached me in February, at the end of February this year, so about a month ago, and he basically said, "Hey, I have this business called Scheduled App. Um, in 2017, this had 1 million users, so it had quite a lot of users, and there was a fair bit of money coming in from this software. But they had some technical issues over the last couple of years, which basically meant that there was a big limitation in the software. And so what happened was over the last 8 years, this business has just been going down and down and down and not getting any attention. And now it's at the point where they're still bringing in about 4K a month in revenue, but no one's growing it. It's just existing users using the platform, and there was quite a lot of sort of negative feedback from people trying to cancel their account and everything like that. And so he basically approached me and said, "Hey, I'm building, there's this business that's sort of dying. And now with AI, we actually are able to surpass this technical limitation. And he basically said, I'm building a new software called Moments AI, and he just ran me through the software. He was showing me how to use it and everything, and I got very excited because I saw a lot of potential in this product, and it could do a lot of things. The only difficulty was going to be to find the winning angle. What's the marketing angle that people really resonate with? What's the problem that people really want solved? It was exciting, but still, we had to see how it all was going to go. And a couple of weeks later, he reached back out to me and he said, "Hey, the product is almost ready. Um, is this something you might be interested in?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's go." So I basically dropped everything else I was doing, and I wanted to become part of this opportunity. It means that I become the growth oriented founder, so co-founder as well, but also the CEO. So he has multiple other businesses running in the background that he is involved in, and he basically needs someone to come in and really drive this business. And that's very exciting for me because if I zoom back to 6 months ago or 8 months ago when I first moved, what was the thing that I was really looking for? It was a good product that I could sell. And I really think this is a good product. And it's obviously recurring revenue. It's a software, so it's quite scalable, but we obviously need to find that product market fit first. Now we fast forward to now. We are continuously developing the product, and it's not quite ready, but we launch on Thursday, so in 2 days. Over the last 2 weeks, I've been doing a lot of preparation for this launch. I've been setting up systems in the background, and I've really been preparing for this launch so that we can go all guns blazing as soon as it goes live. And now is also the time where I thought, why don't I just document all of this, because I feel like it's going to be an exciting journey. I'm not going to stop doing it. So we're just going to keep going until it works. And I think it will be very exciting for me to also look back on and to see, just remind myself of where I started and how it all went. And to be honest, I wish I'd started doing this last year, even because there's a lot of things that I've learned over the last 2 years that make me very confident that we can pull this off this time. And yeah, I was like, may as well just start now. This is the perfect opportunity. And I think this might even provide value to other people who are perhaps in a similar boat trying to become an entrepreneur, or also excited about finding their own way in this new world where AI is really messing with people's plans for the future. So yeah, the opportunity feels real. I really wanted to take this role because I feel like this could be the breakthrough that I've been looking for, but I don't want to jinx it, and I'm just gonna keep grinding and documenting the grind. So yeah, it feels exciting, but at the same time, it's uncertain. I basically have to figure it out as we go. I do have a very good support system, so I'm sure we will figure it out. But I just wanted to document this. I'm going to be doing videos 2 or 3 times a week. Whenever something interesting happens in the business, I'll quickly whip up my phone and do a video about it. It's really a vlog type thing. I don't care about going viral or anything. I just want to be able to look back on this. If I can inspire even one person to take on a challenge and do something that feels uncertain and risky, then that's success for me. When it comes to Moments AI, I really want to scale this business to, okay, the goal, this is the goal, in the next 12 months, so the 31st of March, 10,000 paying users by next year. That's the goal. So let's see how it goes. I'm gonna keep you guys updated. That's all the background stuff out of the way. So next video is going to be much more tactical. I'm going to show you the systems that I've built, how I'm planning to launch this. I'm building a lot of go-to-market automations now. So I've been able to take the knowledge from building those agents and actually using it now into marketing this software. So I think people who have some sort of marketing role or want to start their own business would get a lot of value from this, because I feel like this is something they could use in their own business as well. So I really hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.